Our presentation is on Plan and Go. My teammates are Brandon, Natalia, Guillermo, and Daniel, and I am Mariana. Plan and Go's mission is to help students prepare and plan for schoolwork to successfully balance their student life and everyday life. Our team consists of myself as the CEO, Brandon as CFO, Daniel as CMO, and Natalia COO, and Guillermo as CTO. Now on to Natalia.
Thank you, Mariana. What we have encountered throughout our collective time as students is that there is no effective way to merge and organize the dates of all of our assignments, exams, and various projects per class. There is no strategy to combine our class syllabi along with the copious amount of deadlines all in one organized calendar. Most platforms have ineffective planning tools for both weekly and monthly goals and agendas, which ultimately affects student success. There seems to be general complications in automatic scanning and uploading of digital prints to most platforms. Plan and Go was made for students by students. Both of our high school and college students will use Plan and Go to navigate and schedule their respective classes, schedules, and responsibilities. Now that we have introduced ourselves in the market, we are going to expand and acquire contracts with high schools, colleges, and universities, both public and private. These schools will be able to offer their students access to the application. After we solidify our business in the education industry over the next 3 years, we will begin to scale to include businesses and employees that will benefit from our application. In today's day and age, Plan and Go offers the ease and convenience students desire, especially when more and more students are juggling more than just their education at once. Our solution encompasses every aspect of the problem we have encountered. Plan and Go recognizes schoolwork by their respective due dates and organizes them automatically when you snap a photo of your schedule or syllabus. Some of our special features include customizable notifications, daily tips on how to stay organized, suggestions on how to complete tasks, and a collaborative social network that allows sharing and merging of schedules. Now I'll pass it back to Mariana to talk about our business model.
Plan and Go's business model is for students who want an easier and effortless way to organize their daily school schedule. Plan and Go app will allow that by simply taking a photo of your schedule or uploading it. Our key partners are colleges and universities and websites that students use, such as Chegg and Quizlet. Our main channels of distribution will be the App Store and colleges and university once we get those contracts in. Our customer segment, as stated before, is high school students, both public and private schools, as well as colleges and universities, both private and public schools. And now on to Daniel.
Awesome, Mariana. Thank you for that presentation. Now I'm going to be talking about the go-to-market strategy. So for Plan and Go, our target market is going to be students. We do hope to expand to universities and eventually business professionals. Our marketing strategy is going to be to have one accessible application across all platforms that you can access with just one account. So it's going to be a cloud-based application that you can utilize on your MacBook Pro, on your PC, or on your Samsung phone. It's going to be just that one account. You log on and it'll have all your deadlines, all your due dates, everything accessible to you. Doesn't matter, what platform you're using. It's just going to be accessible because it's going to be cloud-based. Now, we do plan on advertising on websites that are utilized by target market. An example of that's going to be for students. We're going to be advertising on websites like Quizlet, Chegg. For business professionals, we'll be advertising on websites like Business Insider, LA Times, New York Times, whatever they log on to regularly to read, used to study. They're going to see Plan and Go on there, advertise to them so that we can gather their attention and hopefully get them as customers in the future. Now, we do also plan on having a university/corporate partnership, hopefully in the future. We'd give them licensing rights to allow them to utilize Plan and Go, just included in tuition to the universities or buy a corporate license so that their employees can use it. Plan and Go's value proposition is that our mission is to help busy individuals be successful in their ventures. We do this by using technology to give them peace of mind that they will not miss any important deadlines. Now, our proof of concept is still currently ongoing. Plan and Go is still up in there, so we're still gathering information and in terms of our proof of concept. For revenue stream, we're going to be using ad revenue, and also individual subscription is going to be where we generate most of our revenue. And then lastly, we do plan to hopefully get contracts with colleges and universities and utilize that as one of our main forms of revenue as well. Now, when it comes to Plan and Go's pricing strategy, we're actually going to have 4 tiers, which is going to be pretty cool. The first one is going to be the freemium model, which is going to be free to download with ads, but it does include notification features. Now, the next one is going to be the basic one. It's going to be $4.99 a month. No advertisement, still has notification features. The standard model is going to be $6.99 a month with no ads. It's going to involve color coding and notification features as well. We're also going to have the premium model, which is going to be $8.99 a month. No advertisements. It's going to have color coding, advanced aesthetics, and notification features as well. And lastly, it's going to be our subscription-based model, which is going to be 1 yearly payment of $80 for premium version. Now, that one is pretty cool because even though it's $80, it is a one-time payment. But if you pay for that, you're basically paying less than what you would be paying if you did, just a standard, but you get all the premium features included. We did this specifically. It's going to be like a 20% discount on the pricing strategy for the subscription, just to incentivize users to go ahead and just do that one transaction, be done with it, and call it a day. Now I'm going to be passing it on to Guillermo.
Awesome, Daniel. Thank you for that presentation. Now we'll be moving on with the Porter's 5 forces. So what the Porter's of 5 forces are power of suppliers, threat of substitutes, bargaining power of buyers, threat of new entrants, and all these forces affect the industry rivalry as a whole. So the 5 forces surrounding Plan and Go are threats of new entrants. So entrants of new companies going into the software business. So this one is risky and pretty high. The reason why is because there are existing regulations that support the entry of new players. Consumers can easily switch due to brand loyalty. So companies can come in and bring that brand awareness. Also for companies to come in, the investment is pretty high. It does cost quite a bit for applications to be brought and be used in the software space. So investment is pretty risky. Our next is threat of substitutes. This one as well is pretty risky and high. The reason why is because there are cheaper substitutes products available in other industries, and the psychological switching cost of moving from industry is pretty low. The reason why is because there are many substitutes and it's pretty easy for consumers to switch. Continuing on with our 5 forces, we have bargaining power of suppliers. So this one, the threat is going to be pretty low. The reason why is because switching costs are low and substitute products are available. There are many engineers that could work in different price points to create and support applications, software applications. So that one is ranked pretty low. Our next is bargaining power to the customer. So the power the customer has is pretty high. They do have a lot of bargaining power because there is low switching cost, meaning that they could easily end a subscription to any software service and move along to another service. Consumers' price sensitivity and high market knowledge is as well as pretty high because consumers are pretty price sensitive when coming to subscription models, and it could be easily switched. So overall, as a whole, the competitive rivalry, there are only a limited number of players in the market. The industry is growing at a fast rate. We do have companies trying to micromanage and create new micromanaged software. So this would be ranked pretty high for the competitive as well. Also, for the exit barriers are low, meaning that if a company would like to exit the market, it could easily be done without incurring huge losses. So now we're going to be talking about the competition surrounding Plan and Go. So here are a list of competitors that Plan and Go has and may incur. So for example, the three biggest ones are the top three, going to be myHomework Planner, Trello, as well as Evernote, and then the rest are just micromanagement tools that are used day to day by some individuals. And here's our competition analysis. So myHomework Student Planner, they have a competitive advantage of monitoring classes, assignments, and important dates effortlessly. No other competitor has that, as well as Evernote. Evernote uses optical character recognition, cloud management, and multi-platform support. This is a competitive advantage that they have, as well as our third competitor, Trello. They have a to-do list format, so that is a competitive advantage as well. They also have easy integrations, which makes it easy for a consumer, and it is initiative to help and make it easy for setup use. And here is our operation strategy. So we talked about the competitive advantage that the other companies have, and these will be our three competitive advantage and differentiation for Plan and Go. So for the number one product differentiation is scan all text. So Plan and Go has a proprietary software to scan all text from all forms of distribution. So if the text is on anything, paper, the wall, it will scan it. As long as there's text involved, it will scan it as well. And if it needs to be translated, Plan and Go will do that as well. Our second product differentiation will be connectivity. So Plan and Go offers teamwork solutions to connect with others' time schedules. So if you have all your work and schoolwork accommodations on Plan and Go, it will analyze those time schedules and set up meetings with other teammates. That way you could find a gap between time so you two can meet, or create a teamwork infusion. That way the whole team can meet on a specific time, and Plan and Go will figure all of that out. Our third part product differentiation will be ease of use. So Plan and Go offers easy implementations and offers recommendations to further enhance solution towards time crunching dates. So what this means is that Plan and Go will use software, integrated software, to plan out your busiest months and weeks ahead. That way you could have solutions to your most effective and create efficient planning dates. And now I will be passing it to Brendan.
Thank you, Guillermo. And now we will be moving on to take a look at the milestones from our first 90 days in business. Our most major milestones were the completion of our market and competitive analysis, which gave the team enough information to determine what our target market segment would be. Additionally, with the completion of our business plan and research with financial foundations and sales strategies, we feel confident moving forward into these next 3 months. Moving on to the financial summary of our first 90 days. Based on current monthly margins, we had an average revenue of around $35,000 per month, an average cost of goods sold of $5,000 per month, an average payroll of $28,000 per month, an average operating expense of $17,000, with a net cash flows of approximately $100,000, $31,000, and $810. Moving on to the lessons we learned from our first 3 months in business. It was initially difficult for the team to come to a consensus on the design and features that should be included in our solution. Additionally, developing Plan and Go's unique competitive advantage and how we would market that to consumers was fairly difficult. Additionally, planning the administration structure following our 3-year plan and the scaling of our business needs to be developed as well. And finally, the importance of a double-sided market position was made very clear, as we needed to make up for ad revenue while also soliciting profit from our target market. Moving on, we have the milestones for our next 3 months. Key milestones we hope to achieve is to approach certain professors within universities across Southern California, particularly in the IT or computer science departments of their given schools, and encourage them to try our service within their own classrooms, essentially turning them into our internal champions who will then be able to market us to the larger school, after which we could potentially close a contract, an all-exclusive contract for that school to use our services and provide it to their students for free. Expected challenges, we of course expect that it will not be easy to come to exclusive licensing agreements with universities. Additionally, we need to further develop the concept of our approach to the business-to-business market after we initially break into our university market. And finally, we expect that it will be a challenge maintaining stable adoption rates. Next, we come to the pro forma income statement. Our expected net income for the first 90 days comes in at around $118,000. Research investment opportunities to expand our service offerings is also very much in the works. We also plan to scale ad revenue with our target market's growth. There were a few risks that were also identified with our business plan, such as the most obvious being that it is an easily replicable concept, and yet our research did not find any company offering a solution that was identical to our Plan and Go. Additionally, some other long-term risks that were identified were the maintaining of a stable market growth and contracts with our partner schools and businesses. Of course, we want to keep those customers as loyal and as long-term as possible. Our potential solution to this will be, of course, our cost leadership and potentially early mover advantage with our partners. Next, we move on to our 3-year financial plan. With a starting point of a workforce of 10 employees made up of 5 owners, 2 full-time, 2 part-time, and 1 independent contractors, we will also need startup funds. We also needed startup funds of $60,000 in owner's equity, plus $85,000 with a commercial loan, and an additional $17,080 in a credit line in order to make up for those startup costs. In year 1, we expect revenue to be at around $1,358,956, with gross margins of $1,286,220 and a net income of $500,000 at $505,661. Moving on to our year 2, we only expect the growth to continue, with our revenue reaching $1,882,249, with gross margins of $1,777,154 and a net income of nearly $1 million at $907,625. Finally, moving on into our 3rd year, we break the income cap of $1 million, reaching a $2,754,747 revenue, with gross margins of $2,589,10 and a net income of nearly $1.5 million at $1,496,870. In conclusion, Plan and Go is a software app made to help set up students and business professionals for success and reduce stress from organizing their daily tasks. Our business plan has provided our company with solutions to problems most young adults face today. Plan and Go is set to change and help the dynamic vision of organizational behavior and select those with a brain forward. Thank you for listening.